Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Katie Stone, and this is Stone's Second Sense. Now, I have two topics for you today. One of them rather annoying but important that we pay attention, and the second one could potentially be good news depending on how the case unfolds. So here we go.
Today, Connecticut has passed Ethan's law, but we need a national requirement for the safe storage of weapons. And so that's why I'm so excited that my friends in the House are pushing forward and trying to force a debate and a vote on Ethan's law in the House. If they get that vote, I think Ethan's law will pass, because this issue of safe storage, it tends to be one of the least controversial, least political of all the debates when it comes to the future of American gun laws. Gun owners generally agree that you should lock your guns up at home when you're not using them. And they're not that afraid of rules that would require that practice, because responsible gun owners are already doing it. So I'm cheering on my House colleagues, hoping that they will get enough signatures on this discharge petition. And if they pass it, of course, I will be ready to take up the measure, try to convince my colleagues to pass it in the Senate.
I am 100% behind you using gun safety. That being said, safe storage laws get in the way of you defending yourself and your family and your home from a potential intruder who could want to do you harm. Most safe storage laws require you to keep your ammo separate from your firearm, which would add much more time to you getting your firearm, loading your firearm, and then potentially being ready to defend your home and your family from intruders. Now, I also want to point out, he hinted that responsible gun owners are already doing what he's referring to. Now, there's a difference between being aware of who's in your home, who's responsible with a firearm, who knows your firearm, and things like that. If you have children in your home and they're not old enough to understand or respect a firearm, then no, they should not have access to a firearm. It should be kept out of their possession. Same with anyone else in your home that's not comfortable with a firearm or things like that. They should either not have access to it, or you need to get one-on-one time and teach them how to be responsible with this firearm. So, yes, I understand that we need gun safety, but safe storage laws, kind of a bunch of nonsense. And they have nothing to do with trying to keep you safe. It has everything to do with control. That being said, I would love to hear your thoughts on this one down in the comments. We're going to move on to some potential good news. Now, ladies and gentlemen, an Oregon judge is set to decide whether a gun control law approved by voters in November violates the state's constitution in a trial scheduled to start Monday. I'm assuming that is today. If you guys remember back, not too long ago, the U.S. Supreme Court ruling last year changed the guidance judges are expected to follow when considering Second Amendment cases, all right? Measure 114, which we all talked about, has been tied up in federal court since it was narrowly passed by voters in November 2022, casting confusion over its fate. Some of you might remember what Measure 114 is, but let's just take a look here. The law requires people to complete a gun safety training course and undergo a criminal background check in order to obtain a permit to buy a firearm. The measure also bans high-capacity magazines holding more than 10 rounds. Now, once again, do I think that if you have a firearm, you should train and you should feel comfortable and you should be 100% comfortable and train with your firearm? Yes, I do. Do I think it should be a requirement to have a permit to purchase a firearm? No, because the Constitution and the Second Amendment says the right of the people to keep and bear arms. That has nothing to do with going through all these courses and criminal background checks and just all of that to just obtain a permit. Do I agree with this? No, and I definitely don't agree with the 10-round nonsense. Come on now. This could potentially go very well in court. It could not go well in court, but the fact that they are even having a case to see if it's constitutional is a great start. So, let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe button, and please, have a great day.